With the recent DLC pack announcements for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, they confirmed that they'll be bringing in more stages. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about that, as well as try to speculate and predict which map may end up in the game. So without further ado, please make sure to drop a like on today's video, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you're new around here, I'll greatly appreciate it, and let's jump straight into it. So to figure things out, let's go back to the very beginning, back to 2024, where it all started, where we only have 12 stages. I know DLC 3 added the new one, which we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Here we have Planet Namek, Open Field, Rocky Land, City, World Tournament. Now, do keep in mind, some of these stages will have alternate variants to themselves, like night, evening, and noon. World Tournament is a cool one because you can actually switch it to where you have an audience or no crowd. Tournament Power Arena, Room of Spirit and Time, Land of the Kais, Island, Cell Games Arena, City Ruins, and Destroyed Planet Namek. These are the 12 original maps. And I know a lot of people always compared the Sparking Zero stages to the prequel, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which is totally understandable because this is supposed to be the sequel to the Tenkaichi franchise. So BT1 had 10 stages to start off with. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 then included 6 more, a total of 16 stages, and then BT3 added 6 more again for a total of 22. And again, some stages did have alternate variants of them. Now, the reason why I feel like Sparking Zero only started things off with 12 stages is because they couldn't necessarily reuse the assets from BT3. It's literally 15 or 17 years apart from BT3, a completely new engine. They built all the stages and the game from the ground up, quite literally. That's why I feel like they only had to limit it to 12 stages. I feel like if they could, they probably would have used the assets to make things easier for them. But if you go and play the game, Unreal Engine 5 is truly amazing. It's super detailed, all the stages, even Room of Spirit and Time, even though it's just like a blank empty void. You know what I mean? Nothing but scenic views, and that's my reasoning why they only start off with 12 stages. Granted, there could have been more iconic maps like Glacier, right? I know that's an extremely popular one. So I am kind of cutting them some slack, but it wasn't until a year later we got Season Pass with 3 different DLCs. We did not get a stage for the Superhero DLC pack, which would have been great to see the Red Ribbon Army base, the upgraded one. That was a missed opportunity. And then DLC Packs 2 came around with the Demon Rome 2 and 3 characters, right? Like the mini variants. We did not get any of the Demon Rome stages, but finally for DLC Pack 3, again, almost a year later, because Sparking Zero came out October 2024 and DLC 3 came out September of 2025. We finally got a stage. Now, the cool part about this is that this was part of the free updates. They didn't make us pay for this, so that was nice, right? And same thing goes for this stage. It's extremely detailed. We have Goma's castle in the background, the rocky environment in the actual combat area, the giant thorns coming up from the ground. But something cool about this stage is that it's extremely destructible. You can quite literally destroy 90% of the stage, but there's like the middle centerpiece that stays intact because there has to be some kind of ground combat, I'm assuming. And I know destructible environment is part of Sparking Zero, but this one is like truly destructible. It's insane. So the community did give out a ton of criticism and feedback because of the lack of content, right? They always do great in the character department, but everything else, like new game modes, new stages, new costumes, which stay tuned to the channel because I do have videos planned for each category. Today, obviously, we're just mainly talking about the stages. They took that criticism and trying their best to create Sparking Zero Season 2 with the upcoming DLC pack. We have new stages confirmed, and it's great to see. Now, they did showcase the Kame house with Kid Goku flying on the Nimbus, kind of cool stuff. And we do have this additional image right here. This is, of course, part of the new game mode, but we can technically kind of look at this to decipher what additional stages they could be including. But before we break all that down, if we go up here to the Tenkaichi 3 stages, this would be a great start for them, right? work on the stages from the prequel video games. So again, there's about 22, 23 stages in BT3. The planet stage right here, the outer space, which I know is another popular one. They even included that in the Raging Blast series. I mentioned that because Raging Blast was also developed by Spike. We do have some of them, obviously, like the World Tournament stage, Rocky area, Wasteland. Do we have the Wasteland stage? I believe the open field technically classifies as the Wasteland area. City Ruins, we have that. Mountain Road. This one will go absolutely crazy if they decide to bring this back into the game. Y'all already know every single battle will be hosted on this stage right here. This is iconic, man. Introduced in BT1, by the way. Island, we have that. Glacier, as I mentioned before, another popular one. It is kind of insane how they skipped out on this one for sure. So games, we have that. Deserts, we don't even have. King Castle, we don't. Muscle Tower. Now, I feel like with this upcoming DLC pack, they will be including more original Dragon Ball stages, just because we are getting more original Dragon Ball characters. They already confirmed King Piccolo, Devilman, Grandpa Gohan, and Mercenary Tao. So yeah, getting Muscle Tower or King Castle, because that's obviously where he fought Demon King Piccolo, King Castle, that one would be a great one for this upcoming DLC, in my personal opinion. Kame House, that's the one that they teased in the actual trailer. Penguin Village, we don't have. Mount Paozu, we don't have. That will also be an epic one. Ruined Earth, we don't. Dynamic, we do. Planet Namek, we do. Hell, we don't. Oh, dude, we need this stage, even though it is slightly different according to the image, but I'm thinking about the Janemba versus Super Gogeta showdown. That would be a great stage, right? Supreme Kai's World, we have. Room of Spirit and Time, we have. Kami's Lookout, we also have. So I think we're missing about 12 or 13 stages from BT3. If we go over to the map, we have the iconic Dragon Ball locations, right? So top left corner, that's pretty straightforward. That's part of the Glacier area. We do have the original map right here to help us decipher what's going on. So let's see what they might bring back for the first Season 2 DLC. Let's start over here, bottom left corner. There's one... You can see the different spots throughout the map, right? So I'm assuming those are indicating the landing zones you get to fly to and then, start the battle or, pick up the capsule, whatever it may be. So there's only a few different of those whitish locations throughout the map. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different spots. Okay. Not entirely sure if they're going to be including all the original stages within this game mode, you know what I mean, plus the new additional stages. If we get to go to every single stage in the game, that would be kind of nice. So we're just not 100% sure, right? But going back to the stage, bottom left part of the map, it's either the Baba's Palace or the Babadi's spaceship area. I mean, it's just speculation, nothing is confirmed. The only map that is confirmed is the Kame House. The one where Master Roshi's at, that's Room of Spirit and Time. You can see the background already. The location to the right of Master Roshi, that very well could be the Majin Buu fighting grounds. So, as I mentioned before, it would be nice to have them bring in all the stages from the previous title, but they very well could be bringing in new stages, because do keep in mind, Dragon Ball Super is a thing. You know what I mean? That wasn't necessarily in BT3, so we could be getting a ton more of stages from that anime. Top left, as I mentioned before, Glacier, pretty straightforward. So don't necessarily want to confirm anything, but we're just trying our best to pinpoint the actual areas. So the one over here, right underneath Cell, Frieza's Landing. Wait a minute. Yeah, that. Or Ginger Town. Oh, yeah. They could be bringing in an additional city. Interesting. Okay, the one right underneath Frieza's Landing would be West City. Okay, that's already a stage in the game. So we got that out the way. The location to the right of West City. Future Trunks' time machine. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of nice. Just kind of like this foresty area to fight in. You know, when they were searching for Cell, who was the imposter in the anime. Or it could be the Rocky Mountains. Oh, no, the Rocky Mountains is down here with the question mark. So what's above the Rocky Mountains? Interesting stuff. Cell up here. Obviously, Cell Games. Yeah, that's in the same spots. Vegeta to the right of Cell. Okay, we have the North City Glacier area, Dr. Giro's laboratory. That's strange because it's showing Scout and Vegeta with the Rocky Mountain in the background. But if we go down here to the question mark stage, it's the same Rocky Mountain area. So some of these might not be 100% accurate. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't even doing a good job in the accuracy department anyway. My guesses are horrendous. So South City, that's where the World Tournament stage is located. So what's down here? Southwest of Vegeta. Oh, the Raditz Battleground, perhaps? Or kind of like that Central Plains area. I think that's what you want to call it. Bottom right, of course, this one is going to be the island location. It would be cool if this was the Master Roshi stage, however, right? Because it's literally located in the same spots, almost literally. Bro, how come that's not the Kame House? It's just going to be the original island stage that's already in the game. So the location to the left of that, kind of like on the peninsula, right? This doesn't necessarily have a peninsula, however. Oh, Yamcha's hideout? Could it be the desert? The one right above the island stage, it could very well be Grandpa Gohan's home or Mount Paozu. Yeah, that one could be Mount Paozu. Woo! Okay. So, we tried our best to decipher all of that, but as I mentioned before, Dragon Ball Super is a thing, so we could be getting a ton of those stages. Big shoutouts to Shin Ai for, you know, creating epic concept art pieces that we have here. So the DBS Broly Glacier area, the Hell stage from the Fusion Reborn movie, as I mentioned before, Red Ribbon Base from Dragon Ball Super. Superhero, let's actually go ahead and enlarge the image to make things easier over here. There it is. Okay, moving forward, Demon Rome 3 and 2, that's something that they missed out. Kami's Lookout, Mount Paozu, Mount Road, something that we talked about. Space map, Planet Vegeta. Beerus' planet would be a great one. How come this is not already in the game, bro? We need some more original Dragon Ball stages and Dragon Ball Super stages, because if we go back over here, I think we only have Tournament of Power. That's literally it. Only the Tournament of Power, man. Absurd. So we do have even more stages over here. Space, Kami Lookouts, King Kai's Planet, Other World Tournament. Ooh, yeah. That one actually makes sense, because they confirmed that PyCon is going to be returning. So why not include the Other World Tournament stage alongside PyCon? You know what I mean? The Destroyer tournaments, you know, Universe 6 versus Universe 7 with the 5v5. I'm liking the concept pieces that we have here. I'm not sure when this was made, because... Oh no, all these maps aren't in Sparking Zero currently. Yeah, okay. I was mistaken. King Kai's Planet, Kami Lookout, they confirmed. Here we have this cool illustration piece, I believe created by Pocket Monster. I found this over on Reddit. This was made way before the game even released, if I recall correctly. So we do have stages that are already confirmed, but the ones that aren't, again, just reiterating myself, we got the Fortune Teller Baba's Palace, that would be nice. Once again, with the Destroyer Tournament of Arena stage. Zeno Expo Tournament, I forgot about that one. You know, the 3-on-3 Gohan, Goku versus Topo and Bergamo. I forgot the other two characters. I think Piccolo was in the tournament. Yeah, so those will be the 3 good ones for Super. Turbo Destroyer, Zeno. What was that other one? Oh yeah, Beerus' Planet. All right. Mountain Road, as I said before. Islands, we already have islands. Something interesting that we have over here. Once again, shout out to Shin Ai for sharing. There are a bunch of environments that exist in the game, either exclusive to episode battle or serving as menu backgrounds. With stages now confirmed for DLC, there's a clear opportunity to adapt existing in-game content into fully playable stages. So, as they said, these stages, or I guess backgrounds, are in the game, but not necessarily playable, right? Whether you're free roaming the main menu, or again, some of them might be exclusive to the story mode, like the destroyed variation of Cell Games. Raditz's Arrival, going up against Power Level 5 Farmer with Shotgun. The destroyed variation of Tournament Power, and it's not here, but there's also the polished up variation of Tournament Power, you know, the one with no battle damage. I think that's part of the story mission as well. So that's 2 variants for that stage right off the bat. We already have one of them. The Capsule Corporation area, that's going to be from the main menu. Kami's Lookouts, of course, when you summon Shenron, again, part of the main menu. And the Sky stage, this one has to be like the easiest stage to create in all of Dragon Ball, man. It's literally just blue background with clouds. We do have another image over here. Okay, so this is what I was just talking about. The Tournament Power with no damage. Goku's house, also known as Mount Paozu, I guess. Well, it is like in a different location, not necessarily in the mountains. That's where Grandpa Gohan's house is at. Kame house, that's confirmed. Goku's house, evening. Yes, we need all the alternate variations. Night, day, noon, evening, whatever. Outer space, that's coming from the title screen. Universe 10, Land of Kai. Ooh, yeah, with the golden sky, the green grass, and King Kai's planets. I'm sure there's more out there, but again, this is just what Shin Ai provided for us. And yeah, this is basically just what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Whether they go and bring all the stages from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, that would be nice, or they make the non-playable stages already in the game playable. That would also be great. Or bringing in Dragon Ball Super stages. So they have a ton of opportunities to choose from. I'm sure it's going to be great at the end of the day. And do keep in mind, this is only going to be the first DLC for this upcoming season pass. We don't know how many stages will be included. Hopefully more than one. They did say stages, that's plural. This upcoming DLC will not only include playable characters, but also costumes and stages. Comment down below the stages you personally would like to see down below in the comments. I'll be sure to read all of that. Thank you guys for the immense support. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace!